afternoon, Camp Davy Crockett.
I'm Hayden.
And I'm Zeph.
And welcome to the Camp Davy Chronicles.
I have a question, Hayden.
Okay.
Why do you always stress the when you say that?
Okay, so when we were doing the trailer, we had a script for that, right?
Yes.
And so I kept saying just Camp Davy Chronicles.
Right.
And you kept screaming at me. And I was like, okay. And so then now I have to say the Camp Davy Chronicles. I've also realized that in every episode that I forget what I'm supposed to say after you say the very first thing that you say.
Yeah.
And so then I sound like really sad when I'm like, I'm Hayden. because I've forgotten what I'm supposed to say.
Okay.
So I'm not sad. I just forget.
Okay. And that's why you say the like that.
Yeah.
Because I was screaming at you, apparently. I don't think I was.
I was very upset. And
well, I'll have to go back on the trailer and see if you did say the, or if you just said, welcome to Camp Davy Chronicles.
Yeah, I don't remember which version we used. But probably just said Camp Davy Chronicles.
I don't know. I feel like you said that at least one or two times, and then you started stressing the, and I was like, at first I thought it was just a joke, and then you kept doing it forever.
No, it's a joke in my mind every time I think about it.
All right. Well, very interesting.
Okay.
It is now 48 days until the beginning of Summer Camp 2022, 50th anniversary season. How do you feel?
Oh, wait. I feel great. Yeah, as we talked about in the last episode, we just had staff training, which is exciting.
Yes. And I think that our interview with JD went pretty well, although it was, rather long, which we expected. But
I was afraid the entire time that he was just going to be the world's most boring person. But then it turns out he wasn't.
Yeah, so. I never talked to him before, so it was like I was really nervous getting to know this person that I had never ever met. It was
strange getting to talk to somebody like once you get that high up there in the Camp Davy Crockett, leader pyramid or whatever. So it was an interesting thing to get to sit down and talk to somebody of his caliber.
Disclaimer, this is at least somewhat sarcastic. JD talks to us all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, the episode went well, although the crazy biggest thing of the weekend happened in the night right after as we were recording.
Yeah,
it might have fallen while we were recording.
That is true. I guess I've thought about that when we were there, but it's I don't know.
Yeah, the tree fell. You heard all about it on the breaking news segment. Yeah, if you saw that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The breaking news. I enjoyed that. It was interesting.
Fun. We recorded that, or we scripted and recorded that in less than 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. That's why it sounds interesting. I was told that I needed to be like an interviewee at like a country.
You weren't told that. You decided that.
and it just, I don't know. It didn't sound
I thought
as good as I wanted to. But it was great.
I thought it sounded hilarious.
So
in a good way.
If you don't know what we're talking about, leaning tree, the tree that's been at camp leaning for. I wonder if it started out leaning.
I've always wondered that. It's been I've gone to camp for 10 years and it's always been leaning.
Yeah,
it's been leaning a long time at least. I don't know if it was leaning in 1972.
I remember specifically in 2017. Mm-hmm. Okay, when let's see, no. It would have been 2018. Okay. 2018, 2019. I don't know.
First year on staff?
Second year on staff. So whatever year.
19.
So 19. Yeah. Okay. 17, 18, 19.
Yeah.
So 2019. And we were sitting on the porch because we used to do the stuff in the parade field, like down by the trading post. And I specifically remember having a conversation with Mike and them about has the leaning tree leaned more? Because for some reason, and I've never experienced this anymore with the tree, but that year it seemed like it had just moved slightly over, and we were all trying to figure out if it had. And of course, there was no way to know.
Right.
And so I think that it started falling a long time ago. And
it was just falling in slow motion, and then it passed the point of no return. Kind of. That could be true. That is how that works, I guess.
When things fall.
Unless it was murder, as was conjectured.
That is true, yeah. We have not been back down there to do a full investigation.
I don't know. I'm sure that they've moved it by now, or it's not there anymore.
I'm sure. I don't know that all of it would be moved, because it's a big old tree.
It is very, very large.
But I'm sure most of it is probably moved.
If you saw on Instagram some of the pictures that I posted of, like, kind of a field view with the tree, and Hayden and a couple other people are down standing next to it, and the picture's taken from far away, you can kind of get a sense of the scale. It is a very, very thick tree. Like, the trunk is thicker than the height of a man.
Right. In the breaking news, the picture that flashes up is from the parade field road, well, the old parade field road. Mm-hmm. And you can, like, it struggles to fit the entire tree into that picture. And so it stretches from one side of the old parade field to the other. Yeah. And so it's a big tree. That's for sure. Very large. It was a sad moment in Camp Davy Crockett history.
I was sad, but I was also thinking, when we were told that it happened, I was very doubtful and did not believe until I saw it with my own eyes. Right. But I remember thinking as we were going down there, man, if it's not true, I'm going to be a little upset, but also happy because I will have been deceived, but the tree will still be there, and that will make me feel good.
Right. I remember us talking about that on the way down there, like the 2-second drive.
Yeah. Whoa. You were following the speed limit of...
Well, yeah. Well, no, but still, it's like, I mean, it's not that long of a drive.
Yeah.
And so, but I remember... I don't know who was standing there, but JD did his run of, like, hands up, flailing to his cabin, and somebody out of the woods came out and was like, "That's the fastest I've ever seen JD run." And that was just has stuck in my memory now. Yeah. So I thought that was funny.
On another note, a happier note of trees in camp, I really enjoy any time that I get to go to camp in the spring, because that's when all the trees are in flower and everything. And we don't usually go to camp during springtime as much as other seasons. True. So it is a very nice opportunity for me.
Yeah, it seems like after that second, well, this year it had been the first staff training, but normally it's that second staff training. Right. Between then and when camp actually starts, it seems like there's kind of a downtime where you're not normally at camp.
Yeah, that's true.
It's strange.
But also... kind of before that too. I mean, that's kind of changing now with we're having more events at camp year round than we used to this year and last year. Yeah. But, you know, especially a few years ago, there wasn't really anything going on at camp between winter camp and summer camp other than like OA stuff maybe, or...
Yeah, me and some other people were talking about that, and it's definitely... Camp has opened up more and been more accessible now than it used to be, which is cool, because being at camp's awesome. Definitely recommend going in the spring, like Zeph said.
Yes, or anytime.
Well, yeah, anytime.
Speaking of which, if you've not signed up for summer camp this year, week 4 is the only week left that still has spots open. Weeks 1, 2, and 3 are all full already.
Yeah, so, which is great.
Yeah, I'm excited. Is great. But... I mean, it's not so great if you're not signed up yet, so better sign up.
That is true, but there is a special opportunity. If you don't get to sign up for summer camp and you still want to come to Camp Davy Crockett, you can sign up for Specialty Week, which is in between the weeks of 3 and 4, which I do not know the dates of that. But
it's the week of July 4th.
Oh, man, there you go. It's
whatever week that is.
It's the week of July 4th.
And I think it's only like Monday through Friday instead of Sunday through Saturday, which is...
that sounds right.
It's shorter, and so it gives us a longer weekend, and I appreciate that.
Right. But it's still a lot of fun. I actually, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because so with Specialty Week, you get to decide your, like... I don't know what
program area to focus on.
Yeah, you get to decide your focus.
All aquatics or all shooting sports or all STEM or all frontier camp, which frontier camp is normally that way. Right. But I think there's might be something else.
Last year, because of course, my background in camps, shooting sports. And so, but last year we did the shooting sports, and the kids that did that had a blast. And like me and Steven were the quote unquote instructors for that week. There were some other people there that was helping us do stuff that we weren't quite sure how to do. But we got to participate and compete alongside the youth that were there, and we had a blast. It was the most fun of a week that I've ever had. It definitely, like, there was new stuff that you don't normally get to do at camp that you got to do there. If you haven't signed up for it, I highly recommend it. Sign up for it through the council website. Yeah. Or sign up for summer camp. Do both. You can do that.
Yes, you can. So, to change subjects again.
We're all
another thing that I wanted to address before we got too far away from talking about the JD episode and all that is you may have noticed at the end of every episode, I say it's a great day to be a scout at Camp Davy Fun.
Yes.
And some people think that is very strange, and I agree, it is.
It is a very strange thing.
But it has background and history, if anyone doesn't know. And so I was just concerned that someone might have heard the end of the last episode when JD said, "I hate you," and they might have been concerned. As far as I know, JD does not actually hate me.
Yeah, it was in a playful manner.
Yeah, there is just some history of that phrase. So, back in the day when I was a camper, every morning we'd go out to flags and someone would scream, "It's a great day to be a scout at Camp Davy Crockett," and to me. Right. That meant a lot. That's like setting the mood. We are excited to be here. Yes. This is awesome, an awesome place. And then at the end of the week on Friday, they would say Camp Davy Fun, and I was like, "That okay? Right. It was unexpected because they changed it." And I remember some of the older kids in our troop like making jokes about that, and they would jokingly call it Camp Davy Fun, right. And that was just a thing. And so when I joined staff, I decided I wanted to be the person who said that, and no one challenged me. So I kept the Camp Davy Fun part going as well, which JD apparently did not appreciate, or he didn't like that, and he said that's not the name of the camp.
Right, he told you to stop.
Yeah, he told me to stop. He for a while made me stop, and then eventually, I got enough tenure that I was able to get away with it again.
If people remember from the last episode, I had talked about Zeph and the director shirt and him crying. This was the same, around the same time. They might have compacted into one cry. So just so you know.
Yeah, but now that we have our own podcast about camp, I was like, this is my place where no one can stop me from saying it if I want to.
You know what would be really funny? The other thing that he is not a big fan of is the Jellyfish Song.
Yes, now, that's true.
I do not want to sing it. That's not it. But we should get a group of people to sing it, and then we can put it in the episode, and then he would just really hate it.
Would that be? I feel like I wouldn't. I don't think that's a good idea.
It could be hilarious to one person.
Maybe we should just, serenade him at camp with the Jellyfish Song.
That's true. That one time,
and the Turtle Song. He also dislikes that one, which I think the Turtle Song is really fun.
Turtle Song's all right,
because it's short, and it's got a short, snappy punchline.
Right. Yeah, those are always the best songs. The ones that are shorter.
The Jellyfish, Yogi Bear is on the longer side, but
there's got to be a mix of long, good songs or songs that aren't that good, but they're short.
But they're really short. Yeah. And of course, JD really likes the Birdie Song because it's about an animal that dies. So why doesn't he like
it's got a shotgun in it. That's shooting sports.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know that he likes it specifically for the bird. But I think the shotgun part had a lot to do with it.
Okay, it may be. I was just going to say the Turtle Song is also about an animal that dies.
Yeah, that is true. But it doesn't have a shotgun in it, and so...
That's true. Maybe if we said, "My turtle swims upside down with a shotgun," it would be his favorite song.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to try that and see. But JD is notorious for just not liking to sing in general.
Well, so he admits that. He told us that at staff training. And he said that even though he doesn't like singing, he still does, and so we all should.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's a part of camp.
Yeah.
We sung one more song than I thought we would at staff training, and we sung 30 songs.
Oh, okay.
And so
I thought we sung
almost before 4 or 5 before every meal, almost.
Sure.
And that was, I didn't realize we were going to do that.
Oh,
so
we've done that at staff training before. We sing the songs. It was interesting because we gotta practice them.
That's true. Yeah.
For me, it seems kind of strange when they're like, "Okay, let's sing one of the songs now." I'm like, I know the songs, but there are people on staff who haven't been on staff before, and
they can't be lost to time.
Yeah, they got to practice the songs.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was just an interesting thing because it's not something I was expecting, but we did it. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed.
I always love singing a good round of Yogi Bear.
Oh yeah. So every time we have we sing songs, that's my recommendation is Yogi Bear.
I've noticed.
Yeah. So
Hayden, what is the word of the day?
Oh, is it time today? Is it time for the word of the day? I have decided it is time. Okay, so this one's interesting. So I pulled all of my knowledge together. Okay. And I decided that you have a lot of smart words of the day. We need to tune it down a little bit. Okay. Something that's kind of like, JD's last word was chitin, and so I kind of simplified that word with my definition of chitin.
Right, and, which is flying a kite.
Yes, go out in the field and go kiting. And so I decided to keep on that track of words that have specific meanings, but the way they're defined is completely different.
Okay, like waffle also.
Right. Well, that one had it's specific. Okay, I pulled this word from the Jeff Foxworthy Redneck Dictionary.
Oh my!
And so it's an interesting one. I picked this one because you're the ecology director. Okay. So the word is beetle. Okay.
Beetle.
Yes.
Like the insect.
Yes, like the insect beetle, but this has nothing to do with the insect. Okay.
Okay.
So the definition from the very official dictionary is to exist in an unspecified amount of time. Okay.
What?
To exist for an unspecified amount of time.
Right.
Okay. Now, I know you're confused, so we're going to use it in a sentence.
That is always a great practice when you don't understand a word.
Yes, that is true. So, are you ready for this?
Maybe.
How long do you think it's going to beetle? They figure out we're gone.
What? Oh.
Yeah, see, it's a joke.
Oh my goodness.
How long do you think it's going to beetle till they think we're gone?
That doesn't... What?
Be-till.
Yeah, I get that. That feels more like a joke and not a word.
No, that is the word of the day. It's beetle.
Alright. Okay. Good luck. Try to use that in a sentence. I don't think I can.
How long do you think it'll be till dinner?
Probably I don't know, a couple hours.
I mean, that's those are the questions that need to be answered.
Maybe.
So,
well,
that's the word of the day. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I will probably pull more words from Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh dear. Well, maybe for the joke of the day, I should just use a word. No, but no, because I have a joke.
I'm excited for this one.
This joke is in honor of Leaning Tree. Oh. What was Leaning Tree's favorite radio station?
Oh, Fallen?
No.
What?
The one that played poplar music.
Ah, I get it, because it was a poplar.
It was a poplar tree.
Yeah, specifically yellow poplar.
Yes, which is the same thing as a tulip poplar.
Wow, really?
Because I said, it's not a tulip poplar, so what kind of poplar is it? And JD was like, it is a yellow poplar. And I was like, okay. And then later I went home and looked it up, and I found out that they were the same thing. So
interesting.
I was wrong that it wasn't a tulip poplar. Right. But he didn't catch that either. So
right.
I mean,
so you were wrong, he was right, but he was wrong as well. So,
yeah, kind of.
He
was more right than me, right. I guess. But no, because we were. I don't know. Yeah.
It sounds like you figured it out in the end.
Yeah.
So,
interesting. I figured it out.
Interesting. So it was a good joke.
Yeah. So, you didn't laugh, but that's because it wasn't that funny.
That's true.
But I laughed when I read it because it was such a dumb pun that I laughed. So, hopefully someone at least chuckled briefly.
That's true.
So we also had a couple of questions that we asked JD in his interview that were listener submitted. And so we did not answer those questions ourselves when we interviewed each other. So I was wondering, we probably would agree on this one. What is your favorite campsite?
Well, I've never stayed at camp before. I do think we'd agree on this. Staff camp? No. Because it has power. No, you said JD couldn't use it. Yes. It's Mountain Lion.
Yes,
Mountain Lion's our favorite one. And that's just because as a youth, we stayed there with the troop. Those were our troop campsite every year.
The nostalgia. It's our home.
Which was JD's reasoning for picking Wolf.
Yeah, it was. So I mean, he gave some other reasons, but the main one is that it's where he stayed as a camper.
That is true.
That's probably most people's reasons for their favorite campsite, unless they didn't come as a youth, and then it would be interesting to know.
I never broke an arm at Mountain Lion, and I hope to never break an arm at camp.
Yeah, me too.
So JD might have a little bit more of a connection with Wolf than we do with Mountain Lion, but I think I stubbed a toe once, and I think that's pretty up there.
Yeah. So, there you go. So there was, which we've mentioned this on a previous episode, I think, there was the turtle that always laid eggs there. Yeah. Every year during our week of camp, there was always that turtle.
Right.
So that's a fond memory as well.
So, you know, while I'm thinking about campsites, something interesting. They have gotten rid of, or they have retired the names of the lowers, the lower elk and the lower fox. Well, and the lower badger.
Right, which we weren't using badger anyway, but they decided to rename it.
Which is all right. Just for fun, I guess. I think there are future plans for those campsites up there. But, and so let's see. Lower elk is deer. Lower fox is coyote. And then lower badger is otter. Yeah. So, but that's an interesting thing that'll be a little bit different this year is we will have deer, coyote, and, well, we won't use that one during the summer.
Right, but we will be using deer and coyote campsites.
Right. So, but those names have been retired and lost to time now.
You mean upper fox and lower?
Lower.
Lower fox and lower elk are gone.
Yes.
And they're not gone, but they're renamed.
Right. Now the
campsites are not brand new, they're still there, but the names are brand new.
But now the upper elk is just elk and the upper fox is just fox.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Right. Of course.
I'm
because
just
it would be weird to have an upper fox. And that was just
that's the
upper
only
fox and coyote. Why is it called upper? Because
that would have been funny if they did like upper fox and lower coyote. Just completely missed the point of renaming them.
Yeah, that wouldn't really make sense, but sure.
But I don't know. I just think that's interesting. I like the names that they picked out for me.
Oh yeah, they're good names. I remember thinking about that a while ago and thinking, why do we have two campsites with the same name when there are so many animals that we didn't use? Right. And I think that I came up with deer as one a while ago. So I mean, yeah. No, I mean, it wasn't my idea to rename them when it actually happened, but I remember thinking about it a while ago. But you know what was my idea?
What was your idea?
That they're doing is naming the shower houses after trees.
After trees, yeah. I didn't know it was your idea, but I knew they were going to rename the shower houses after trees, which I really like. You know, for so long we've called like the OA showers or the new shower house, and it's been there for like 3 years now.
It's much more than that. It's been there for 10 years at least.
I remember it not being there my first year of summer camp.
Okay, it was there my first year.
Well, not necessarily summer camp, but at least the first time
you were there. Yeah. It was there the first time I was there, and that was 10 years ago. So,
I remember that, and so. Like, not very well. Because, like, I didn't stand in that specific spot and think there's going to be a shower house. The point is,
it's not new anymore, so
it
was
we don't want to...
and the name Rapoco is always confusing and weird. So is that still called that, though, or are they renaming that one, too?
They are renaming it.
Okay.
I can't remember what they're renaming it to.
But it's one of the tree names.
Yeah.
Because the idea was that now we're going to have more than 2 shower houses at some point in the near future. So it'll get very confusing to just be like, you know, the old one, the new one, and the middle one. Like, you know, they need names. So I'm glad we're naming them.
Do you know the history behind the Rapoco shower house? Like why it's called Rapoco?
That's like the name of the company that sponsored it or something?
The company that sponsored it was named... I don't know if I'm going to get this right. Jerry's going to be really offended because he's the one that told me. But I think it was called Rapoco Energy. It was like an energy business or something. And they donated the money to build that. And so that's why it's called the Rapoco shower house. I always thought it was like an Indian... I've always been told it was like an Indian name for... like a bathroom or something.
I mean,
but that is not true.
Yeah, I always thought it sounded like it might be some...
Right. It's a cool name. I like the name.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard for me to like get in the mindset of not calling it Rapoco and the campsites as well, just because that's what I'm used to.
Sure, of course.
But it's kind of like that one year that they on the paper switched the trading post porch to the ecology porch.
Oh yeah.
And yeah.
Which, I mean, that makes... No, they switched...
Yeah.
There was one year when on the tour guide they put raccoon shelter named as ecology shelter.
Right.
Which was very confusing because ecology porch is already a thing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And so that's why I protested that very strong... I mean, not very strongly, but I protested that because I didn't like having 2 things with the same name.
Yes.
Same reason that we just renamed those campsites. So, yeah.
And so I remember that, and so that was an interesting thing.
So back to the other question.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite dining hall food?
I have to agree with JD. That stuff is the best stuff. And I gave my reasoning for it when JD said why when he said it.
It's the chicken.
Yes, the oh man, I can't remember exactly what it's called. It's like I don't know, but
it's chicken with some sweet Asian sauce or something,
and then with the rolls,
egg rolls,
which I didn't like those. I like those. I just like the chicken.
Right.
I always remember like trading with Carl because he liked the egg rolls and didn't like the chicken, and so
we would trade. Why didn't you trade?
Because you were, I don't know.
We talked about this.
We weren't friends then. And so. But no, we had a tradition that every time we would have chicken, James would bring us a box, like a to-go box full of chicken, and me and Caleb and Samuel and JD would go to his cabin and scrounge together a couple forks, and then we would eat chicken until, and watch an episode of something on the TV, and just eat chicken until there was no more chicken left.
Right.
And then we would all complain that we didn't feel good
because you ate too much. Yeah. Okay.
So, but I remember that, and it was a lot of fun. And so that was a good memory from last year of the chicken specifically.
Eating too much.
Yes.
Okay. Well, my favorite dining hall food was also introduced last year, but it is not that. It was some kind of breakfast casserole that they served at dinner as a side dish or something. I think it was like a hash brown casserole, but it didn't. But it tasted more like, I don't know. There was something creamy about it, and it was very well seasoned. I don't know. It was it stood out to me because a lot of the time, I mean, the food at the dining hall is good, but it's usually not something that stands out as extremely unique.
Right.
It's normally it's chicken. It's food that Right. But this was it just tasted different than that type of food normally did to me, and so it felt more unique and special to me, and I really liked it.
Yeah, it's funny. I made the menus for the TV that's there, and you would think I would know the names of this stuff, but I do not remember.
Yeah, I think it was a hash brown casserole, but it didn't taste like any other hash brown casserole I'd had. Yeah. So
what was my favorite thing before the chicken and before we were at the new dining hall?
What was that?
The pancake hot dog corn dog things that had sausage on the inside and then had pancake. I think they're called pancake pops,
something like that.
But then had pancake batter on the outside.
Right. It was like a corn dog. It was like with sausage.
Yes. Yeah. Those were good. I enjoyed those thoroughly.
Okay.
So that's probably my favorite thing pre
new dining hall.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called.
So, and I have confirmed with Lori that the chicken will be on the menu for this year as well.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that because last time when we were at staff training, actually specifically, I asked her and she said that it will be. So good. I am excited about that. Well, so if you've not had it, book camp at the 4th week just for the chicken.
Just for the chicken. And maybe the hash brown casserole. I don't know if they'll bring that back, but I hope they do.
Watch, they won't have it on the 4th week and I'll be upset.
Oh,
they should have it every day. Well, probably not every day.
No, then it would get old.
I don't know.
You might not think so, but
everybody else would.
I think we need to move along now to the main topic that we teased last week, which is how to get the Camp Davy Chronicles official patch.
Oh my gosh!
At summer camp,
the long-awaited requirements for the Camp Davy Chronicles patch.
I don't know if you can call them requirements, but it's
the requirements to get it.
It's what you need to do.
Yeah,
to get it. So
they're required.
Yeah. It's required, but it's not complicated like merit badge or anything. Right. We're not asking much of you here.
Yeah.
So the main idea is that this is something that you can get if you listen to the podcast.
Right.
So, here's how you can earn the official exclusive patch. Hopefully, we'll have a picture of the design that we can put on Instagram. I don't know.
Sure, we might.
Yeah. I know that there is at least a mock-up of the design, but I don't know if we necessarily have a final thing yet because they're not here yet.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah. Anyway,
we'll
maybe there'll be a picture on Instagram. If there's not, just take my word for it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It does look cool.
Yeah. Whenever we do get it, I'll put a picture and refer you back to this episode to know how to earn it.
Yes.
Anyway.
Well, I'm sure we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so here's how you earn the patch. Step 1. Find one of us at summer camp. Me,
oh man, that's
Zeph,
a hard step.
or Hayden. Zeph or Hayden.
Yeah.
Find one of us at summer camp, okay?
Where are you normally at camp?
That's a good question.
Yeah, see, for me it's easy. I'm at the archery range.
He's at the archery range.
All the time.
So you got a good chance with him.
The dining hall.
Yeah, that's pretty good. My classes that I have will be at the ecology porch and the raccoon shelter. And my other program area is the trading post shelter, which is behind the trading post. So, I mean, that's kind of just like central camp-ish.
Right. I do
think that's like during the day for class time.
I do think there's something important, though.
What's that?
That we need to talk about while you're talking about classes.
Okay.
We will not give the patch to somebody who interrupts class.
Oh, absolutely not.
But you need to find us in our free time.
Yes.
Because we still have a job that we have to do of teaching merit badges to the kids that were there for that specific merit badge. And if you come up and disrupt, at least for me, I don't know about what your preference is.
I would agree.
I will send them away.
No, that is a very good point to make. Yeah,
find us. Dining hall would be a good place.
Dining hall definitely is a good place, and we might both be there together, so you can get it quicker. Anyway, I would say if it's during like an open block, you'll have open shoot. I'll have an open block at the eco room. Fine. That would be a fine time, of course.
Yes.
So find one of us at summer camp, not during a class. Use one of the words of the day from the podcast.
Oh, man.
In a sentence. I mean, you don't have to try to make an elaborate context for it. You can just be like, yo, I want to get the patch, and I think that birdhouse looks cattywampus. I don't know, so I mean anyway, one of the words of the day. One of the words of the day from the podcast. So, and that can be any of them. Then when you do that, whoever you're talking to, me or Hayden, we will give you a card with our signature. And then you have to find the other one of us, me or Hayden, and show them the card. And then they will give you the patch. Correct. So basically the quest is you have to find both of us and also use one of the words of the day to show that you are a listener.
Right.
So just to repeat more succinctly the process, because we kind of made some points. Find one of us at summer camp, not during class time. Use one of the words of the day in a sentence. We'll give you a card to take and find the other one, and they'll give you the patch. Right. So if you come talk to me, use a word of the day, I'll give you a card, you take it to Hayden, and he gives you the patch, or the other way around.
Yeah. So it's really not that hard.
Yeah, it's not that hard, as long as you're at summer camp.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that's true. This is specifically during summer camp.
Yeah. Now, we might have other ways that you can get it later on, but for the summer camp season, I mean, we have a limited amount, so we don't know.
Right.
Yeah. For now, that's how you can get it this summer.
Mm-hmm. So if you haven't signed up for summer camp, the 4th week is open. Come to get the chicken. Come to get the patch. I mean, it's all good ideas.
Yes.
Or specialty week.
Yeah, or specialty week. Or just like, I don't know. Well, don't show up when you're not supposed to be there.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to phrase this an amazing way. We are making a guest appearance at Derby Days.
What?
Yeah. We are going to appear at Derby Days.
Oh, yeah, we will be there. But we won't have the patches by then.
That's true.
You can't get the patch.
You can come up and talk to us.
But you can talk to us.
And tell us all your questions.
Yeah. So Crockett Race Days is the upcoming big event at Camp Davy Crockett. And that will be this weekend.
Yeah.
As of now, if you're listening to this in the future, if you're listening to this in 2025, then
yeah, that's true.
It's not this weekend.
It is not this weekend.
But right now, when the episode goes up, it is this weekend, Crockett Race Days, and there's going to be like a giant Pinewood Derby track in the dining hall, and there's going to be a 5K. It's going to be crazy cool. And we will both be there that weekend. Yeah. So
that's true. Yeah. We'll probably record an episode that weekend.
We may. That will be our next episode. I mean, I don't know if we'll record it there or not, but it will be about that weekend primarily. So tune in to our next episode to hear all about the Crockett Days of the race.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Last one that they had, I guess they called it Expo last year.
I think it was Council Jamboree last year.
Yeah, that's right. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a big crowd, a lot of people. It was a quality event. And I would recommend it.
We are starting to get a bit up there in time, and we don't want to run as long as JD's episode.
That is true.
So, Hayden, I think it's time for the final thought of the day.
So this one's strange. Okay.
Well, aren't they all?
Well, so I was sitting doing homework the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and when I do homework, I like to have a snack like as I'm eating, right? Okay, because that fuels my brain food. Okay.
Okay.
Right. And I thought about a conversation that I had a while back with JD and his brother, and I think this needs to be brought to everybody. Okay. So I was eating Cheez-Its.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody's ever eaten Cheez-Its, there are two sides to a Cheez-It. There is the side that has the salt, and there is a side that does not have salt. Okay?
Right.
When I eat Cheez-Its, I like to eat the Cheez-Its salt side down. Okay? Like one at a time, salt side down.
Okay.
JD and his brother was like, I just like throwing a handful in my mouth and eating them.
Me too.
My challenge to everybody is, next time you have Cheez-Its, try to eat them one at a time, salt side down. It might be life-changing. Me and JD and them sat and talked about this for like 30 minutes. And they had a bag of Cheez-Its. And they said that there was no difference. But what does their opinion matter?
Well, it matters for something. But you might disagree.
I think that everyone should try Cheez-Its salt side down because it's changed my life.
Wow.
It's a revelation that I made. I wish... but something else with Cheez-Its. They make like the extra cheesy and stuff. They don't make extra like salty.
Extra salty?
That's my favorite part of Cheez-Its. Is the salt.
Cheez-Its. Oops, all salt.
Yeah.
The next breaking variety in the lineup.
Right, yeah. And so I don't know. That's my challenge to everyone is try to eat a Cheez-It salt side down.
I'm sure I will think of this the next time I eat Cheez-Its, probably.
Yes. But that's my thought of the day. Well, I guess anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Make sure that you follow us and like and subscribe and whatever. And if you have any questions for us to answer, email campdavychronicles@gmail.com.
Yeah, and you don't even have to email. So I've thought about this. You can message on Facebook and on Instagram.
That's true.
Anywhere.
Both of us can access all those accounts, and we're not going to respond to anything. So there's not really like youth protection problems. We've asked about this. Like we're allowed to receive messages from you because both of us are accessing it, and we're not going to respond anyway. So it's just one way.
Well, we'll respond on here.
We'll respond on the podcast.
But you can ask it. You don't just have to email. There's not any
direct messaging going on.
You don't just have to email. You can message us on Instagram or Facebook.
Yes. So. Correct.
Yeah.
Go check out Instagram. Maybe there's a picture of the patch design. If not, I'll put a picture of some nice springtime camp tree pictures that I took.
Cool.
Yeah. That's all for today. It's a great day to be a scout at Camp Davy Fun.
Goodbye.
Camp Davy Chronicles. It's a podcast about Camp Davy.